Drunk's chair. What's going on, Sports Wars? This is Ryan with RK Outpost and geeksandgamers.com, and it is Super Bowl fucking Sunday. And we are ready for this in Miami, Super Bowl 54. I can't believe it's Super Bowl 54 already. And we also have Drunk 3PO's chair, which typically, to be honest, gets more views and more super chats than he does, which is saying something. He doesn't have much to say, which is probably a good thing. But we also have Jeremy, D-Day Cobra from Geeks and Gamers. What's going on?
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here with Drunk 3PO's chair. I've heard a lot about Drunk 3PO's chair. It's kind of an urban legend at this point. I've never actually appeared on stream with Drunk 3PO's chair, and now here we are. And I got to say, it does feel like I'm in the presence of something greater than myself. So if everybody can just say hello to Drunk 3PO's chair, if we can go ahead and get this clipped, put on Twitter. This is an important moment in the history of Sports Wars right now. And it's not going to last long because Drunk 3PO himself, Jay, will be back and it will completely ruin the moment we have right now. So everybody savor this moment. But anyway, yes, it's Super Bowl Sunday. And I just don't really give a fuck about the Super Bowl for a lot of reasons. But, you know, we're here to talk about it, and I'm going to watch the game. Oh, it's back. It's ruined. It's ruined.
I was like, y'all went live? I was like, I heard you.
We were already late. We weren't going to let it ruin the moment. So we decided a little Drunk 3PO chair stream. Probably get more viewers anyway that way. So it did bump up. Oh, it's bumped down again as soon as you came back, unfortunately. But no, what's going on, Jay, Drunk 3PO?
How are you? How are you, Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Yeah, Darth Barbie's killing it. But she probably doesn't know anything about football unless it's got 13 people on the field and 120 yards, which isn't real football. But
did you see the video we uploaded? I uploaded to Game of Geeks.
Hiding from soy boys. Yeah.
Yes.
That was awesome.
She put it together and sent it to me. And then I added he died like Jesus clip and the other one in the end. And
yeah. Nice. But we are here to talk, and kind of like Jeremy said, we're here to talk about the Super Bowl. It seems like it's kind of been overshadowed. It's not often that the Super Bowl, which is the event of the year in sports in a lot of ways, has been completely overshadowed and kind of forgotten about for the past week with all the stuff going on with Kobe Bryant. But we're kind of here to ramp it back up and start talking about that. And I'm sure they will be doing. I guarantee they'll be doing some kind of remembrance of Kobe during the Super Bowl. There's no way they won't.
Yeah, there's no way. And it's really, this whole Kobe thing is just, I don't know. It's affected everything for me, you know? And I mean, it doesn't help that I don't have a vested interest in the Super Bowl in terms of, I don't care who wins. I don't have a strong opinion on either team. I like both teams. I like both quarterbacks. But I just don't have a vested interest. There's not someone I hate. You know what I mean? There's not like someone I hate or love. It's just kind of I'm indifferent. And that's kind of you add that onto what's happened with the Kobe situation, and it's just really hard to get hyped up for it. But I'm hoping for a really good game tonight. I think we're going to see a good game. We're going to see a high-powered offense versus a high-powered defense, and we're going to see two quarterbacks that are potentially the future of the NFL in Garoppolo and Mahomes. So there's a lot on the line here, plus the Andy Reid dynamic. And there's a lot going on. So hopefully we can kind of, get our minds right, but it depends on how much they do tonight. Cause if they put a lot of emphasis on Kobe, it might, I don't know, it's going to be tough. So
they'll definitely mention, I don't think they'll spend too much time on it. I imagine there will be some kind of thing in the beginning from the NFL. It's only right. It's this thing has affected the whole sports world, if not the whole world. So,
did you see that Dubai?
Golf is putting up, like some of the golf are using his numbers for flags and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, did you see that building in Dubai?
No, I don't think so.
Here, I retweeted it. Give me a screen share really quick, and I'll show you. This is gonna punch you in the gut. Let's see, screen share, boom. Did I do audio? And we don't need audio, but so this is right here.
Oh man.
Wow.
Tallest building in the world.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Yep. Everybody everywhere is honoring Kobe. And rightfully so with what he means.
Rightfully so. No doubt about that.
Awesome.
So,
but today we got something else. We got something big, and that is Kansas City 49ers. And I think, like what you said, Jeremy, is a big thing. When the Patriots in the Super Bowl, you've got a rabid fan base that loves it, but you have a much bigger fan base that wants to see the Patriots lose. Right? You have people that dislike Tom Brady, dislike Bill Belichick. You can't really say the same thing for Andy Reid. Andy Reid, nobody really hates Andy Reid unless he's maybe coached your team before and maybe didn't get you over the hump like some Eagles fans. But even 80% of Philadelphia Eagles fans want Andy Reid to win. So, Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo haven't really been around long enough for people to hate them. It's interesting because it is kind of like just no one cares. Me personally, I'm looking forward to seeing these two teams who I think could dominate the NFL for the next 5 years, depending on how things roll. And, we've got a lot to talk about with the legacy of Andy Reid because it is closing in, I think, on his kind of window. He's getting old. He's not in the best shape. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do it. But when you look at these two teams, 49ers and Chiefs, Jay, what are your big takeaways? What are you looking for? What are the storylines you're interested in for each team?
Storyline, I would like Andy Reid to win a Super Bowl, but I don't think he's going to win it this year. I think this is about Garoppolo and who he's become. It was fascinating to see when he finally signed with the 49ers. I think they went undefeated. He came in in the middle of the year. Is that correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. With the 49ers when he first started, and then they won
Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won six. They won out, and then now you see what what he's coming full circle. So I think it's about him. But I mean, again, if the 49ers can stop Mahomes from running, take away that option, then they'll win the game. But if he puts up a lot of numbers running, like himself, running through when no one's open and cutting through, it'll be very close. It'll be a very close game. I think that's for me is what I'm gonna that is what I'm gonna see. If they can keep him in the pocket, not that he's a bad pocket passer, but take away the option to run if no one is open, and force him to possibly make those tough throws and maybe have him make a mistake, then I think the edge goes to the 49ers in this game. I still have the 49ers winning. I had them winning from week 3, the Super Bowl, so I can't not pick them now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the offense, high-powered offense versus this high-powered defense. Mahomes versus that defense.
Exactly.
It's going to be very, very interesting to see. I think Mahomes is fantastic. I think he is potentially a generational talent. These are the moments right here that really define you as a quarterback, though. It's one thing to put up numbers. It's one thing to put up highlights, but how do you show when the moment is the brightest? And this is one of those moments. And that's the most interesting dynamic here. And whoever wins this Super Bowl will be the kind of the next face of the NFL. Brady is obviously in the twilight of his career. Who knows? He may have another year or two left. Aaron Rodgers is probably got still a few good years left, but he's definitely not going to be the top tier Aaron Rodgers we've seen in the last 10 years. You have people. Yeah, Drew Brees is considering retirement. So all the greats are kind of moving out, and now there's going to be a shift in, who's going to be the new face. And right now it comes down to Mahomes and Garoppolo. Mahomes has more talent and far bigger upside, but Jimmy G has that look that he's almost like drunk 3PO level of handsome, almost, not quite, because Geeks and Gamers has that covered, but he's clearly
at least we know drunk 3PO ain't effing nasty porn stars. At least not that we know of, I suppose.
Porn star Jimmy, as Stephen A. Smith calls him, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pick. I think the 49ers win this game. I think defense wins championships. the Kansas City Chiefs don't have a strong defense, and Garoppolo, where I don't believe Garoppolo is on the level of Mahomes. Garoppolo is facing. He has a good offensive team. He has a good arm. He's a good quarterback, and he's going to be able to put up points. Can Mahomes put up more points on that San Francisco 49ers defense? And I don't believe he can, but he does have the ability to do that. But I'm looking at a game where it's 35-24 49ers. That's what I'm looking at.
See, someone just said something in chat that I kind of agree with. If this game, I think it is kind of first 30. If the Chiefs score over 30, they win. I kind of see that. I don't know if San Francisco is going to score more than 30. I think they're going to try to control the clock. I don't think that they are going, that the Kansas City Chiefs don't have a great defense. They have an okay defense. I don't think they're going to get ran over. They are not going to let the run game beat them like what happened in the NFC Championship game. That is not going to happen to Andy Reid's team. They're going to make Jimmy Garoppolo beat them. And I think that is an interesting storyline going forward, because a lot of people are asking, does Kyle Shanahan really trust Jimmy Garoppolo after the performance we saw in the NFC Championship, where Jimmy Garoppolo was only asked to throw the ball, I think, 8 times. And to be fair, if I'm averaging 8 yards per rush, I'm probably not going to throw the ball either. However, there was a couple times, before the game was really out of hand, that they decided, on a long third down to go ahead and run the ball instead of put the ball in Jimmy's hands, even when they didn't have a huge lead at the time. So I think it's been overblown a little bit, but people have been asking Garoppolo a lot and asking Shanahan a lot about that, if he trusts his quarterback. So it's tough for that not to be kind of in the back of their minds as this game plays out.
So this could come down to a coach's duel then, and you got to give it to Andy Reid as far as experience goes.
Experience, yes, but Andy Reid has shown in the biggest moments to make some bonehead decisions. He's obviously a great offensive coach.
He learned from it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's obviously a great offensive coach. And am I correct? Did he bring Donovan McNabb in to talk to the team a few days ago? Was that true?
I do not know that information.
I'm pretty sure I heard that he brought in Donovan McNabb, and that is interesting. I love Donovan McNabb, by the way. I love Donovan McNabb. But to bring him in is interesting with all of the stuff going on with T.O. and the fact that there's a lot of, it's kind of an infamous situation with McNabb in that Super Bowl and the whole throwing up, getting nervous.
Maybe that's why you want to talk to him. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did.
It could be a complete psych out, though, to bring McNabb in. You're like, wait, what the hell is this dude doing? What is Andy Reid pulling? So it could be kind of a mental trick that he's pulling to bring McNabb in. If that's true, can anyone confirm that for me, that Andy Reid brought Donovan McNabb in? Is anybody that watching right now can confirm that? Because I mean, like, it could have been, I saw it on my Twitter feed. So I might be wrong about that. Yeah. But it would be, let's see.
We got a couple things in chat here. Just so Diamond Riley says 49ers going to run all over KC's defense. You're crazy. And then very next thing brings up something I was going to say, is that the Chiefs took Derrick Henry, the leading rusher in the NFL this year, out of the AFC Championship game. Now, I mean, he still got some yards, but he was incredibly inefficient. He did not run over them. They did not let Derrick Henry beat them. And that is what I think they're going to do in this game. Again, I think that would be the game plan. Let Jimmy Garoppolo beat you.
Yeah. Humphrey Bogart says, yes, they did bring him in. So they did bring in McNabb. I thought I heard that. And again, I love McNabb. I always thought McNabb got a bad rap, for his whole career, pretty much. He was always a top tier quarterback. But bringing him in at this point is a pretty sweet move by Andy Reid. And I do believe that that's kind of a psychological match for him to do that. But with that said, I just don't see – it's really kind of – to me, it feels weird to even say that I feel that the 49ers have this in the bag, considering Mahomes is on the other side of the field. Mahomes can – we saw what Mahomes can do. How far down were they versus the Texans?
Down 28 points.
28 points, like nothing.
So I guess they were down 20. They were down 24-0, and they scored 28 points in like 11 minutes.
Okay. And so yeah, I mean, so even if the 49ers go up, and honestly, I'll tell you right now, the worst thing that happened is the 49ers get out to a 14-0, 21-0 lead. because I feel like it just happens every time in football games. They kind of get conservative. You know what I mean? You go up big, you get conservative, you're versus a high-powered offense, and they start getting, really aggressive. The worst thing you can do is to let Patrick Mahomes get aggressive, because this dude will drop. He will put 28 on the board in the blink of an eye. You know what I mean? So the 49ers have to stick to the game plan, run the ball, control the clock, keep Mahomes on the sideline. You do that, and you just execute. Field goal here, touchdown there, field goal here. But if you just go out 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, at that point, I'm almost going to say, yeah, they're screwed. Mahomes is supposed to come out here and it's going to be ridiculous. You know what I mean? So, and that's what you want, is you want to wear. And so if Mahomes gets to stay on the field and he's throwing the ball everywhere, you're wearing out the defense. You want to continue to wear that defense out. And so that's why it's important. I've heard people say, well, what's, keeping the guy on the sidelines, what does that really do other than, what it does is it gives your defense, time to rest. You know what I mean? That's why it's important to run the football. And so it'll be interesting. I'm just saying, if San Francisco goes up 21-0 in the first quarter, watch out, because Mahomes is going to gash the fuck out of them.
What were you going to say, Jay?
Usually I like to look at the weather, and they're playing in Miami. It's actually not going to be warm there. So it's going to be like 68 degrees, I think.
See, that's not fucking warm. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's freaking cold, man. That's freaking Colorado weather. It's cold here in Orlando, man. It's cold.
It's like 35 or 40 degrees in Kansas City probably right now. So I think they'll be all right.
What I'm saying is, if it was like it's normal 88 during this time, maybe the 49ers. I mean, listen, every little inch of edge is all. It's all. It all matters in these big games. You take teams that used to play indoors and then you put them in an outdoor field. They don't play that well. They just don't. They just don't.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
And so, like, you got to look at like how they're used to playing in the field, the weather, things like that. There's a reason why Miami, they do well at the beginning of the season, because it's so freaking hot down there. The other teams ain't ready, and they always make the other teams wear their dark uniforms. And there's a reason why Miami sucks any place that's under 50 degrees. So it's all those things that are just put together. Wow, freezing weather Miami 68. Yes, it is, okay? Yes, it is. You don't live here, so you don't know. You don't live here, you don't know how cold it gets here for us. All right? Freaking cold.
Yeah. What?
The reason why I live here, because I don't want to see anything under 70. That's why I live here. So
Humphrey Bogart,
go stay somewhere else.
Humphrey Bogart, don't test me to bring Tebow up, because I'll bring Tebow up, damn it, okay? You're the one bringing Tebow up. Don't make me bring Tebow up, because I will.
We don't need to talk about fucking Tim Tebow today. Jesus, he could never even dream about a Super Bowl. So we'll just talk about people who have. And Jeremy brought up something interesting about once you get up and how aggressive and things like that. Well, I think something that maybe we haven't talked about is Kyle Shanahan was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons, 28-3.
Say that for me one more time. Say that for me one more time.
28-3. Exactly.
And then Tom motherfucking Brady stepped up and handled business. The GOAT.
Well, and not only that, but you had Kyle Shanahan, who remained a little bit aggressive throwing the ball. Matt Ryan threw a pick that was pretty unnecessary at the time to help with that comeback. So there's been studies out there, like analytics, like to go, what if the Falcons had just kneeled, or what if the Falcons had just ran the rest of the game, and likely they would have been able to win the game. So is that going to be a factor in Kyle Shanahan going forward? If they do get that lead, what is he going to do? Is he going to freeze up? Is he going to get conservative? Is he going to stay aggressive, even though that might have bit him in the ass before? It's going to be interesting. I think that, look, that 49ers defense is hellacious. That rush is insane. The rush that they can get with just four guys is pretty powerful. Now, the thing that's going to be a factor is, can they contain Mahomes? When you have guys like Bosa on the edge, if you can get them to over pursue a little bit and Mahomes can sneak out, you know that Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and all those guys in the the weapons that they have are going to run wild. If he can extend the play just a little bit, that's going to be dangerous. So do they slow Bosa down a little bit and focus on containment, vice actually just they'll pin your ears back and go after him? Because this as good as Richard Sherman has played, staying on his side of the field, being a little bitch, as Darrelle Revis would say, as good as he's played, if you lose containment on Mahomes, you can't guard Tyreek Hill for over 5 seconds. So that's something to me that'll be interesting.
That's what I said at the beginning. I said if you can keep him in the pocket where he can't extend the plays and stuff, I think 49ers have a better chance of forcing him into making a mistake is what I'm saying. Like forcing him. That's what they want. They want him to make a mistake. That's what they want. Try. I mean, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Who knows? They can try something totally different. I don't know. I mean, but that's what I would want.
Mahomes has been great. I mean,
no doubt. That's what I said. Like it's, but like what you said, if he could extend the play even further when there's nothing there, it really opens up his offense. Plus he's got wheels and he can run too. So if he needs to gain 5-7 yards, I mean, he can do that. That's what I'm saying. If they can take that component away from him, and make him a pocket passer throughout this game, it might have a better chance of him making a mistake, is what I'm saying. So
yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's not something people have really been able to do too much. Mahomes is 8 touchdowns, 0 picks in this playoff so far, I believe.
Well, I mean, because at the end of the day, it's the Super Bowl. It's got to have more eyes on this game than any game all year long. Moments, careers, legacies are defined by this game. We've seen it time and time and time again. Yes, the chances of it being kind of a boring game are there, and that's true. But when you are dealing with these two teams, with these two offenses and defenses, these two quarterbacks, I think something special is going to happen tonight. What that's going to be, don't know, but something is going to set the tone for the next 5 to 10 years of the NFL right now. And if Mahomes wins this game, 2 fucking seasons, this dude's won an MVP, and now he's going to go to the Super Bowl. And if they win, he wins Super Bowl MVP, by the way. So if they win this game, Mahomes is going to be elevated to beyond Brady, beyond, Aaron Rodgers status. Like, this guy is going to be the face of the NFL. He is going to be everything. He already is. The media is in love with him, rightfully so. But if he loses, this is how important this game is. Like, if he loses, you don't want to have a Super Bowl loss on your resume. And all of a sudden, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I don't think is again, is he a good quarterback? Yes, he's a good quarterback. Do I think he's a great quarterback? No, I do not think he's a great quarterback. I think he's on a great team that makes him look really good right now. But I do not think that he is like a game changer type. But if he wins this game, he's going to be elevated into that area. And it's going to be interesting. So legacies and, of course, the Andy Reid dynamic. Andy Reid will go from, if he wins this game, he goes to an all-time great coach, versus if he loses the game, he's going to be viewed as a choker. You know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. So,
are you looking forward to the commercials?
I used to care about the commercials. Last few years, they've been kind of crappy.
Yeah, they're fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl commercials used to be good. People aren't fucking funny anymore. This shit is not funny.
Tim Tebow did have one of the greatest Super Bowl commercials of all time when it was. He did a T-Mobile commercial, and you don't even know your team. They're your player. Jim.
He's not my team, but
he's on the only team Tebow's on now is Team Jesus, and probably the Mets single A affiliate, whatever the fuck. He
just got married, and his commercial was classic.
Now Tebow's out there. I just had sex. That's what Tebow's saying now.
MR says Jeremy's pulling a Cowherd, setting us up to flip flop on my homeboy if he wins. What are you talking about? I'm just giving you how it's going to be viewed, not how I'm going to view it, because I'm still viewing it in the fact that he is with Andy Reid. So MR, let me explain to you, because I'm clearly just more intelligent than you, and I apologize that you can't keep up with my knowledge. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Okay, I'm talking about perception. of how Mahomes is going to be perceived. Okay. Same way fucking Aaron fucking Rodgers was called the greatest quarterback of all time when he won a Super Bowl in 2010. And the motherfucker hasn't done shit since. He's put up a lot of stats. Okay. He had a 15-1 team, and the fucking media sit there and told you every day he's the greatest quarterback that's ever lived. He's literally Superman come to life, is what the ESPN told you. This is what they're going to do with Mahomes. Do I believe it? I do believe Mahomes is very talented, but I also believe that if he's on Andy Reid's team right now, and he is benefiting from his great talent, along with having Andy Reid, who is a very, very respectable quarterback coach and an offensive mind. So at the end of the day, I will take 43-year-old Tom fucking Brady over Patrick Mahomes if he wins the Super Bowl, because Tom fucking Brady is still the best quarterback in the NFL as far as I'm concerned. There you go. M fucking R. I hope you appreciate shit talking, because that's all I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that, yeah, Mahomes has obviously been out of this world. Andy Reid, right now, he's the most winningest coach in history that has never won a Super Bowl. That's not a title that you want. Like Jay said, he's got a lot of experience, but unfortunately, he also has a lot of experience losing. So this is crucial. Yet Andy Reid's only been, as long as he's been around, as much success as he's had, he's only been to one other Super Bowl, and it was obviously a loss. So we'll see.
Who did he lose to? Tom fucking Brady.
That's
Bitches,
true.
the GOAT. 43 years old. Old as fuck and still the best. Just saying. I'm a little salty he's not in the game tonight. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, and that's there's like so many prop bets, and one of them was, will Tom Brady be mentioned? And I was like, that's fuck. It's like minus 300 that Tom Brady is going to be mentioned, which are good odds, right? You would have to bet $300 to win $100 effectively. But that's easy money. Of course, Tom Brady's going to be mentioned. It's the fucking Super Bowl, and he's a free agent. How could they not talk about it?
Yeah, Brady will be mentioned. I mean, he's been in the last 3 out of the last 4 Super Bowls, and he lost. He's 1-2, 1-1. So he absolutely will be mentioned. Even if I have to send a special tweet in just to make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna tweet him. Say mention Tom fucking Brady. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna tweet Joe fucking Buck, and he's gonna say it.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not Troy Aikman. He's probably got CTE or something and won't be able to remember.
Is that who's calling the game tonight? Buck and Aikman?
I think it's on Fox. So yeah,
man, we need Romo, man. We need Romo.
Romo's excellent, man.
Romo's the best. Romo's the best. Yeah, if Mahomes, Humphrey Bogart says if Mahomes loses someone on the talk show, we'll bring up Marino. I think it's too early to bring the Marino element into that. I mean, again, you got to look at Mahomes, an MVP and a Super Bowl loss. Yes, you don't want to have a Super Bowl loss, but at the end of the day, that's a fantastic start to a career for a very talented player. 10 years from now, if he's never won a Super Bowl, then yeah, we can start bringing the Marino thing into it. But no, way too early for the Marino stuff.
Yeah, his first 2 real seasons. I mean, he's gotten to the AFC Championship, won an MVP, and then to the Super Bowl. Like that's a start to a career. The dude's, I think he's maybe just turned 25 or something. It's insane. You got you got so many like productive young players right now in the freaking NFL.
What?
Tom Brady's in the chat.
Tom. He ain't doing shit.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you New England not in the Super Bowl. You got Julian Edelman getting fucking arrested, and Tom Brady is on fucking YouTube watching a stream with 53 fucking people. This is why we need New England in the Super Bowl. Okay.
I don't even know what this is about. Brett Favre. Alex, are you talking about who the GOAT is? Brett Favre?
We'll let Alex pass. He's such a nice guy. He watches
Alex is awesome. Alex is awesome, actually.
Alex is awesome. But all I'll say is I put on the hat that RC from the NYC sent me. All I'll say about Brett Favre is that he has the most interceptions of all time. That is what I will say.
Hey, back the fuck up off Brett Favre. Brett Favre. How had Ben Stiller say it in in Something About Mary.
Hey, can you help me out with this? I don't quite remember, Jeremy. Who did Brett Favre beat to win his Super Bowl in 1996? Who was that?
I'm pretty sure that was the Denver Broncos.
No, it was the New England fucking Patriots.
I know it.
Yeah. I remember because
I don't want to bring that up.
That's the first.
But
Super
it wasn't
Bowl.
Tom fucking Brady. It was Drew fucking Bledsoe. Just to be clear, okay, for all you people that don't watch sports, it was Drew fucking Bledsoe, and it was Bill Parcells the coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. At the time,
Bill Parcells is the coach, and Drew Bledsoe. Tom fucking Brady didn't. Well, he did lose to Eli. I don't want to talk about that though.
Twice. That tweet was so funny. That tweet that Brady put out when he's like, "Congratulations on a great career, Eli, but I wish you wouldn't have won any Super Bowls."
Yeah, that was
fucking awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was a great tweet.
So do you guys ever pay? Humphrey Bogart says, "Do I get paid for be mentioned more than twice?" No. But have you guys paid attention to any of the prop bets? You guys look at those?
No, I don't. I don't pay attention to betting at all.
See, I used to be, I would call myself a degenerate gambler, but I didn't make any money. So I guess that is degenerate because, I didn't. There's no one who was like, I used to gamble and I won so much that I just stopped. It's usually you used to gamble and you lost. That's why you had to stop. And that's me. So I used to pay a lot of attention to it, but there are some interesting things. Let's see if I can find. All right, here we go. Let me share the screen real quick. Here's a couple of the player-based ones, and that's a huge thing. About $7 billion is wagered on the Super Bowl this year. That's the estimates, right? And there's a lot of illegal gambling as well. So who knows what the number actually is? But you can see here, there's some things. Total gross passing yards by Patrick Mahomes, and that is different. There's a couple ones going around. Obviously, your sacks are factored into your passing yards. So if you get sacked a couple times, you lose your passing yards in the NFL. But the total gross is over or under 299.5. So is he going to have 300 yards passing? I think that's fucking easy money. What do you guys think?
Against San Francisco? I mean, that's not easy money, but I do believe
money is easily lost. Don't you know that rule of gambling?
I would definitely say that he gets 300 yards passing, but it's not easy money against San Francisco.
Yeah.
All I know is I probably could have made someone $1 million this year if they had listened to my picks. That's all I'm saying.
All right. If they had bet $100,000 or something, maybe. But
I mean, as long as good thing they didn't listen to you in the fucking national championship game.
That's true.
Are we talking NFL? Or are we talking little kids games? Are we talking NFL? Are we talking sport, little kid sports?
I'm saying, you still owe me food. You still owe me food.
I know. Believe me, I know.
And so these normal prop bets aren't that cool. It's just how many yards is this person going to have? Here's one. Longest reception by Emmanuel Sanders, over 18.5, under 18.5. I would say that's a pretty easy. I think that Emmanuel Sanders will have a 20-yard reception in this game. I would say that's pretty easy money. However, you never know.
What's the payout on that? So you bet $1?
It's about even odds right now. You bet $1, you would win $1 right now. So, but the real cool things I think are these random prop bets. Things like this: which player will score the first touchdown of the game?
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah, and so right now you have the running backs, Raheem Mostert and Damian Williams are both at plus 600. So if you bet $100, you would win $600 for those of you that are not degenerate gamblers. So I think that, of course, those are the running backs. That makes a lot of sense. And then you have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at 750 and 800. George Kittle at 850. Who do you guys think? Who is going to score? If you had to bet right now, who's going to score the first touchdown of Super Bowl 54?
Kelce.
What do you think, Jay? Look at him.
He's trying to think of his whole strategic bullshit. So he can,
he's it was 68 degrees out. So
hold on. Who's the kickoff returner for the 49ers?
The kickoff returner? I don't know.
He's pulling that stupid shit out of his ass.
Special teams will score the first touchdown.
Yeah, well, they have that one. San Francisco defense, special teams.
All right, I'm picking special teams.
What if you could also put down a little bet plus 10,000 that not a single touchdown will be scored in the game? What about that?
Nah, that's a fool's bet.
Yeah. Well, what if you could put down $10? Put down $10 and win like 1,000.
The thing is, with those kind of bets, there's got to be a minimum. I think there's a minimum for those bets, though. I don't think you could bet $1. I think it's like you got to come in with 1,000 or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about? No way. You can bet $10 if you want
to win 1,000.
Yeah, to win 1,000.
Oh, okay. So are you talking about then you're not. If you're talking about the odds, then yeah. But some of those bets have a minimum, man. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, I've bet a lot. I've bet way too much on sports. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Pete Rose.
yeah, exactly. Well, hey, I'm not managing a fucking team, all right?
That's true.
So, Nick Bosa first TD. That'd be interesting. Let's see. So there's some.
Watch it be Mahomes. Watch Mahomes score the first touchdown. He'll run it in.
That could happen. I mean, he's on the list.
What about Christian Okoye? Christian Okoye is going to come out.
Wants to know, Jeremy.
Christian Okoye is coming back. He's going to do it tonight. He's coming out of retirement. So what now?
Is Sports Wars going to have fantasy football for next year?
Yes, we are.
There you go. There's your answer.
As long as I'm still living, we will. Yeah. We didn't have time to really do it this year. But yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to play fantasy football with you guys. Fuck you up. So that'd be fun.
I don't play fantasy, so
I make my fantasies fucking reality. And I dominate at fantasy football.
Hey, we have 64 people watching. How many of them will go subscribe to Park Hoppin', our theme park channel? This handsome gentleman named Drunk 3PO is going to be the face of that channel. So can you please go subscribe to Park Hoppin'? Ruthie, can you drop a link in the chat? Please subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So Drunk 3PO can live stream from the parks from his phone. And that would be awesome. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
That's right. Sorry, I've still got my stupid thing up. Forgot I was screen sharing. But here you go. Length of the national anthem, sung by Demi Lovato. This is where you make your money, guys.
She gonna use auto-tune?
I don't fight. It doesn't matter. It matters how long that it goes. Over or under 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Now the average national anthem, the average national anthem is approximately, it's just under 2 minutes. Usually like 1 minute and 56 seconds. So where would your bet be? A lot of people are saying over.
I'm gonna go over. I'm going over.
There you go. That's what the betting odds are right now. You see it's minus 175. So you have to, if you bet $10, you'll get if you bet 100, you would get 175 right now. So
yeah.
Length of the word brave in the national anthem. I'm telling you, man, they got everything. Under 5.5 seconds.
Under 5.5.
That's the last
one. Yeah.
I'm
going over. I'm going over on that.
I don't think ever since Whitney Houston did it that one year, it's never been. Never been.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I'm 50 years old.
50.
They just showed it on the 30 for 30. Wasn't that when Buffalo lost all their Super Bowls? He sang it in one of those.
God, there's a better one. There's always one too for Gatorade color. I love the Gatorade color one, whether it's going to be red, whether it's going to be yellow, any of that shit. I think it's so fun. And I used to have a bunch of fun just putting $1 or $1 or $2 on all this different crap. Which coach is going to be shown first? How many times are they going to show like the owner or something in the press box, or Roger Goodell's dumbass? Like how many times are going to show him? So there's always fun, I think, for people, but at the end of the day,
that's kind of neat to guess. Like you could play that even as a drinking game.
Well, that's true. My drinking game is the Super Bowl, I think.
You just want to win, right? I got you.
Ruthie, what the hell? Ruthie is just trashing me all the time. Ryan sucks at fantasy football. It's Ruthie's mission in life.
She was like, people shoot Ryan, but he was on our team. We couldn't shoot him. We couldn't kill him, man. We were playing Battlefront.
How brown is the ball? You know what would be a good one? These more for the Patriots. What PSI is the ball at? I think you should do that one. Over under 11.5.
You're already talking about the Patriots. See, that just shows how important the Patriots are. You're already talking about.
Well, I'm just kidding. I mean, I actually think that was an actual fucking shit job. It was bad reporting by what's his name? The guy who got cancer for ESPN, Chris Mortensen. Shit fucking reporting by him. People that don't fucking understand how science works. The fact that the misreporting is what led to all of this, because it was originally misreported that 11 of the 12 balls were significantly underinflated by more than a pound, which is not true. It was only one ball, the one that went on the Colts fucking sideline and disappeared for 5 minutes before they told any officials about it. So the whole Deflategate is fucking garbage. The fucking officials had 2 different gauges there that were about half a pound off from each other. They can't even remember which one they used to measure the ball at the beginning of the game and which one they measured the ball in the middle or at halftime when this came up. It's all fucking shit. Just saying. Anyway, and I'm not even I'm a Tom Brady fan. I don't really care about the Patriots. But yeah, that pisses me off how people fucking bring that up.
Brady's not going to the Raiders, Ruthie. It's not happening.
Well, you made a video saying it, so that's going to happen, Jeremy.
It's not happening. Brady, there would be riots in New England if he left. There's no way they would allow this to happen. It's fun to speculate, but at the end of the day, it's not happening. So,
well, we'll see. I don't know. I personally think that there's like a 95% chance he goes back to New England. What's New England going to do? They can't let him go. They don't have anybody ready.
Didn't they just tweet something out like they offered him like a ridiculous $30 million to stay or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's not ridiculous. Kirk Cousins getting paid like $40 million and he sucks.
I'm just saying that's ridiculous. A lot of money than what.
Brady's it's ridiculous coming. It's ridiculous coming from New England. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like normally Brady took like pay cuts, didn't he? For like
yes.
I think his cap hit was about like 24 million or something this year. So it wouldn't be like a huge pay raise, and it's not like the 40 million that Dak fucking Prescott is trying to get. But I think that, you got to also factor in it's not a long-term deal. I guarantee that 30 million is probably a 2-year deal, maybe with an option in between. It might be a mutual, it might be a player option, it might be a team option. Who knows? But I think that 30 million's, I don't think it's that insane, to be honest.
Yeah, but if they spend that money on him, do they have any money left over to build around him, or no? I don't know.
I think here's in my opinion, Brady's number one focus is to have a team that's going to his legacy is important to him. He wants to have a team that is going to compete for Super Bowls. He's not looking to get paid to have a shitty team so that they can finish his career where he misses the playoffs. You know what I mean? He's especially after this season, there's no way. Brady wants to have, tools and weapons around him.
He wants to win.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So if they can't, if they're not putting together a winning team, that will also persuade him not to sign with them.
Right. They will, though. Okay. They will. They will. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but I'm tired. Mainly because the Super Bowl is kind of boring to me. So,
well, yeah, like this, just talking about it's kind of got me interested in it. The Kobe stuff was so dominant over everything that happened that it's kind of crazy. But I'm glad.
I wish he had sent me those bet stuff, and we could have just did a tally together. Was right at the end of it all. At least that would give me something to watch.
DM says, Jeremy, when Brady retires, which team will you root for next? I will, because I am a player guy, not a team guy in the NFL. And it's Tua. Tua is my guy. So wherever Tua goes, I will follow. I do think
I will be happy to buy. Jeremy, I will be the first one to welcome you.
Yeah, see, fuck the Dolphins, because I want the old logo. The old logo was so much better than that Shamu looking shit.
Logo hat. I will find you an old logo hat to welcome Tua.
If Tua goes to Miami, which I do not believe he's going to Miami, but if he does, I will only wear old school Miami Dolphins.
I'll be happy to buy that for you.
So it's got to be old school. But I don't follow teams. Yeah, I don't follow teams in the NFL. I follow players because I grew up in the South in Alabama where we didn't have a pro team. So I always follow players out of college. And so my loyalty has always been with players. And Brady ripped my heart out in college as an Alabama fan. And I followed him into the NFL and hated him for a long time until I finally got tired of hating him. But yeah,
Sundays for church down in the South, Saturdays for football,
Sundays for NASCAR, son. What you talking about?
Oh,
Me and my sister and who is also my girlfriend, we get together, watch a little Talladega, 1, 2, Earnhardt, 4, 5. That's how we count to 5. But anyway,
Tua, this logo sucks. The whole team sucks. The management sucks.
Remember when you were making those videos that were like, let's tank for Tua, guys? Now Tua's just got a fucking busted ass hip. He's Bo Jackson. He ain't gonna do shit in the NFL. Fucking Joe Burrow's gonna go to Cincinnati. The Dolphins gonna have Ryan fucking Fitzpatrick again. They're gonna go 7-9.
As long as they beat the Patriots, then we're okay.
No, but I do believe that Tua it's as much as I do love Tua, and I do think Tua has unbelievable talent to be like a Russell Wilson type, but his injury, he's injury prone as hell, and it's very, very concerning. As an Alabama fan, every time he went down, every time he got tackled, we held our breath. It was so scary every time he got tackled. So in the NFL, it's not going to be any easier. It's going to be much worse. So I hope maybe he's gotten a lot of these injuries behind him, but any team that drafts Tua is going to have to have something in place for Tua to sit behind them, this person for a couple of years. He's not ready to walk right in the door next year and be your savior. So it'll be interesting.
If they freaking throw him in and he gets hurt again, it's bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. I agree with you completely on that.
He's such a good guy too, man. He is a fantastic leader. He's a fantastic guy. I mean, this guy has all the tools that you want as a franchise quarterback. He's got everything you would ever want, but he is not. His injuries are very concerning. I mean, he had multiple surgeries in the few years he was at Alabama. He's the most efficient passer in the history of the NCAA. He throws one of the best deep balls I've ever seen. But yeah, it's going to take time. We'll see what happens.
Someone's spamming the chat.
Well, it's Ruthie. She's spamming. she's spamming the chat that the Bears suck. Making sure to get my attention. Ruthie, you always have my attention. You don't need to spam. But so I guess back to, all these, you're talking about a lot of shitty teams, but back to the two best teams in the AFC and NFC. What do you guys think is going to happen today? It sounds like you're both picking the Niners. What do you have predictions for final score? Anything you think is going to happen? Is it going to be a blowout? Jay?
I already said that, Ryan.
Well, let's fucking hear the final score again.
35-24, 49ers.
35-24, 49ers. All right. What do you think, Jay?
27-24, 49ers.
Interesting. Yeah, so God, we're all going to pick the fucking Niners, which doesn't make sense because the Chiefs are favored. The Sharks are coming in kind of late. Are the
Chiefs favored? I did not know that either. I didn't know the Chiefs were.
It started off at about 1. The line has been creeping up. I think it was -2 last I checked, which tells you that the Vegas Sharks have kind of been waiting, that the Sharks think that KC is the smart money. So they're waiting and coming in at the last second and putting money on KC to cover the spread, which is why that spread is, or on KC to win and cover the spread, which is why it's starting to open up a little bit. God, I think it's going to be a good game. I'm still going to pick the Niners. Because that is who I picked and who I stay with. And I think that they are complete as a whole team. They are so fucking good.
The GOAT just picked KC to win.
Oh yeah?
Right there in the chat.
Fucking fake Tom Brady. KC is going to win this game. Tom Brady, can you let me know if you're buying any property in Vegas, please? I'm only 6 hours away. We'll hang out.
Yeah, hey Tom, go ahead and give Sports Wars an exclusive. We've got a whopping 72 people watching right now. So this is clearly the audience you're looking for. So go ahead and give us an exclusive, Tom. Where are you playing next year? This is the Sports Wars exclusive, everyone. Tom fucking Brady himself.
if he wasn't going back to New England, which that's where I think he's going, where do you guys think he would head though?
Tennessee.
He would go to Tennessee. Yeah,
Mike
I
Vrabel.
think that would be a smart. They have the running back. They have
Mike Vrabel. And so that's the only logical place I could see him going. But I do not believe he's going.
Well,
I don't think he's going either.
I don't know if he's going to. What they've got like one receiver in Tennessee. I guess they got Adam Humphries too. Who Adam Humphries could do really well in a Tom Brady offense. We'll see. I can't see him going to Vegas with all the dysfunction that's going to be associated with that move and the Raiders organization. Granted, I think a lot of people, they did better than a lot of people expected this year. He would have also a good running back there in Josh Jacobs, who probably should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year, not Kyler fucking Murray. But yeah, I don't know. But
I will say the idea of him heading to Vegas with Gruden and just in the silver and black with all of that history, with the Tuck rule and everything, going into Vegas, that's fucking awesome. I would love to see that, honestly. I would love to see that. It would absolutely be a great story. But at the end of the day, he's not leaving New England. He's just not. He's not leaving New England.
Alex says the XFL. That's what I want to see.
Bro,
I want to see Brady in the XFL.
Yes.
You'd tear it up.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Maybe he could do that after he retires. He'd still own the whole league. He would own the XFL.
So for me, for my prediction, I'm going to go with 49ers. I'm going to say 27-21. I think that there is a chance that the Chiefs blow this open and it gets out of control. I don't think it'll happen, but you have Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback who's never been under this kind of pressure before. Mahomes has never been in a Super Bowl, but I feel that he's basically had this expectation on him kind of all year long. I think that's what the Chiefs have been going through. After what happened last year, I think it was expected they come out and repeat the same season they had. And although he didn't put up quite those numbers, they went through some controversy with obviously, Tyreek Hill stuff in the offseason, not having Kareem Hunt there anymore. And Patrick Mahomes ignored all that. He went through an injury where it looked like his fucking kneecap was coming out the back, going to come out the side of his leg. And he's persevered. So I think the Chiefs are going to come ready to play. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. And I think time of possession is going to be a big factor. If San Francisco can get 35, 36 minutes time of possession, I think they win this game. And that's going to be my pick is San Fran.
All right. Well, everybody's on the San Francisco hype train, it appears. So
I've had them all year. I can't change. It would be weird to change. Wow.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy, I guess she got some type of award. So
yeah.
A BAFTA? I don't know.
Lifetime Achievement Award for never mind.
What is BAFTA? Bitches against testosterone free. I don't fucking know. But,
oh man.
Against testosterone.
Yeah. But there you have it, guys. So they are starting to looks like they're starting to line up. Well, they're actually singing God Bless America already, it looks like. So they're getting ready for the national anthem. Game's about to start. We got all this pregame stuff going on. So we'll see.
Y'all got any special Super Bowl food? I've got about 17 McDonald's hamburgers and chicken sandwiches.
That's not a hamburger. That's a cheeseburger.
This is a chicken.
Ooh, damn. NFL memes, man. Damn.
What'd they do?
They're going to delete this tweet. I guarantee you. How long has this been up? Well, it's been up for 8 minutes now. But NFL memes just report Jimmy Garoppolo to honor Kobe Bryant by only throwing 8 passes for 24 yards in the Super Bowl. That's going to get deleted. Oh.
We'll see. I guess we'll see if it gets ready. They're showing somebody with a Kobe shirt in the game right now. It's interesting.
Oh, they're getting roasted in the comments, bro. Yeah.
Those are Tim Tebow numbers right there.
Yeah, my diet's done today. It's pretty done.
I'm going to eat a bunch of cheese dip and chips. I'm probably gonna have some wings. We got the fryer heating up and everything for that, so probably gonna do that. That's why I had to go to the gym and post a selfie.
Yeah, I went to the gym today too.
Yeah, I had to post a selfie.
You tagged me. I told you to go fuck yourself in the comments.
Yeah, I already liked it. But yeah, but there you go, guys. So Super Bowl is about to start. Get hyped. Go root. Go get fucking hammered and get hungover so you don't have to go to work tomorrow. And oh yeah, there's a commercial playing with a little beta soy boy and some Valley girl carrying a Pomeranian right now. So go make fun of these woke cringe Super Bowl commercials that absolutely are trash. Tell these companies to go fuck themselves. Go root for your team and whatever. I hate everything. I'm so fucking done. I'm tired. Yeah.
Everyone, he just hates everything.
I do. Jay, Drunk 3PO, Jeremy, thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for hanging out with Sports Wars. Everybody in the chat, we got a lot of fucking people watching today for a little pregame stream, so that's awesome. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. Make sure to smash the like button on your way out. But I'm sure we'll come up to you with an update on what happens during the game and who wins. But other than that, you guys have any last words?
Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Enjoy the game.
Yeah, enjoy this shitty game with these two shitty teams. I don't really care. I really just don't care about this game.
Yeah.
So, well, if you care about something else, the Houston Rockets and the Pelicans are tied at 45.
Is Zion Williamson over 300 pounds yet? That fat fuck.
He's doing awesome, man. He's like he's having his way.
Zion Williamson will not last 4 years in the league. There's no way his knees can hold up with how fat he is. He's the second heaviest player in the league, and he's only like
heaviest?
I don't know, some really tall guy. He's the second heaviest player in the league, and he's like 6'6", 6'7". There is no way that dude's body holds up. But anyway, enough body shaming. Hello, Jonathan Crichton. You're saying ooga booga. I'm going to fucking yeet your ass out of here, you little bitch. Fuck you, Jonathan Crichton. Suck my fucking dick. All right. But other than that, guys, Alex McCarthy, I hate everything. Ryan Kittle, 1988 to 2020. Write that on my fucking headstone. We will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.
Everyone. God bless you. Have a great